Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have another kind of history video. This is Timeless Tales Europe. That's who this video is from, and it is history of Edinburgh. Edinburgh, is that how we say it? From ancient times to modern marvel. Kind of excited to watch this because, as you know, I enjoy the history stuff. I will link this video in the description along with a link over to Patreon and a link of how you can support the channel here on YouTube. Just got a new episode of Father Ted posted up over there. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this.
High upon an ancient volcanic rock overlooking the lands of Scotland stands Edinburgh, an extraordinary city with a past as dramatic as its skyline. From Celtic warriors and medieval kings to great philosophers and the world's largest arts festival, this city has seen it all. But how did Edinburgh become the magnificent capital we know today? Let's embark on a journey through time, tracing the footsteps of its rich and fascinating history. Evidence of human activity around Edinburgh dates back to 8500 BC. The volcanic plug that would later become Edinburgh Castle was formed millions of years ago. The Dine, a Celtic tribe, built a hill fort on Castle Rock around 1000 BC. They lived in roundhouses and farmed the land, raising livestock and growing crops. Daily life involved crafting tools, trading goods, and maintaining their settlements. They had a rich culture with art, music, and rituals. The Romans arrived in 80 AD, calling the area Din-e-Din, meaning fort on a slope.
Yeah,
They
like
interacted with the
scared.
local tribes, trading and sometimes clashing with them. Control shifted between the Picts, Britons and Scots. King Malcolm II secured Edinburgh as part of Scotland in 1018. Edinburgh was officially declared a royal burgh in 1125, marking the start of its role as Scotland's capital.
So
Edinburgh Castle
pretty.
became the royal residence and saw many sieges, including
That's so pretty with the snow. Ugh, the history.
during the wars of Scottish independence. The bubonic plague devastated the city in 1349, leading to major social changes.
I loved those houses. That old. Oh, golly. I love it. I love it.
Medieval Edinburgh thrived with bustling markets, skilled artisans, and vibrant festivals, reflecting the rich culture of the time. King David I, who reigned from 1124 to 1153, played a crucial role in shaping the city's medieval landscape, establishing churches and promoting trade. The period also saw the rise of education, with scholars flocking to Edinburgh, laying the groundwork for the city's future as a centre of learning. Mary, Queen of Scots, is one of the most fascinating and tragic figures in European royal history. Born in 1542, she inherited the throne of Scotland at just 6 days old after her father, James V, passed away unexpectedly. Sent to France for safety and education, Mary grew up in the lavish courts of the French monarchy and married Francis II, the Dauphin of France. But in 1560, when Francis died, Mary was left a widow at only 18 years old, and she returned to Scotland to rule a kingdom in religious turmoil. As a Catholic queen in a Protestant nation, her reign was filled with conflict. She married Lord Darnley in 1565, hoping to strengthen her rule, but his arrogant behaviour and eventual murder threw her reign into chaos. Soon after, her controversial marriage to James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, implicated in her husband's death, led to rebellion and Mary's forced abdication in 1567 in favour of her infant son, James VI. Mary fled to England seeking the protection of her cousin Elizabeth I, but instead found herself imprisoned for 19 years. As a Catholic figurehead with a legitimate claim to the English throne, Mary was seen as a threat by Elizabeth. In 1586, after the Babington Plot, a Catholic conspiracy to assassinate Elizabeth, Mary was sentenced to death. She was executed in 1587 at Fotheringhay Castle, just 44 years old. Despite her tragic end, Mary's legacy endured through her son James VI, who later became James I of England, uniting the crowns of Scotland and England. Mary's
These like royal stories, their family is just crazy. It's one of those things where you think about your modern day relationships with your family, with your cousins, with your siblings, and like back then, they were killing their own parents, they were killing their own kids, they were killing their cousins, they were killing their siblings, that could possibly get in their way or make any kind of claim to what they felt was theirs. It's wild. But I mean, I guess there's a lot of things in history that you could think about that way.
His
Hard to
dramatic life,
justify.
filled with love, betrayal, and political intrigue, has been immortalized in literature, film, and documentaries. Her story of ambition, loss, and resilience continues to captivate audiences to this day. Edinburgh flourished as a commercial hub in the 15th century, emerging as a centre for trade and culture. The University of Edinburgh, established in 1582, stands as one of the world's oldest universities. It significantly influenced Scottish intellectual history, driving progress in science, medicine, and the humanities. John Knox and the advent of Protestantism transformed the city's religious landscape in the 16th century. Knox's passionate
Wow.
sermons and writings were pivotal in the Scottish Reformation, leading to the formation of a Presbyterian church. In 1603, King James VI of Scotland ascended as James I of England, relocating to London but leaving Edinburgh as the
It
Scottish
looked just like
capital.
that.
The
There
city
was a
was
subway.
pivotal in Scotland's resistance against English rule during the 17th century, retaining its importance through challenging times. The Age of Enlightenment in Edinburgh began with the New Town development in 1767. Edinburgh's Old Town was overcrowded and unsanitary, prompting the construction of the elegant New Town. Designed by James Craig, it featured wide streets, squares, and terraces. The Scottish Enlightenment in the 18th century saw thinkers like David Hume and Adam Smith and James Hutton making Edinburgh the Athens of the North. Hume's work on human nature and Smith's economic theories were groundbreaking. The city became a hub for literature, science, philosophy, and medicine. Institutions like the University of Edinburgh flourished, attracting scholars from across Europe. The new town's architectural planning was revolutionary, emphasizing symmetry and classical design, influencing urban development across Europe. Industrial expansion. Edinburgh experienced remarkable growth in brewing, textiles, and other manufacturing sectors, publishing and engineering. Edinburgh Waverley Station, established in 1846, stands as one of the world's oldest railway stations. Greyfriars Bobby, from 1858 to 1872, was the loyal Skye Terrier who stayed by his owner's grave for 14 years, becoming an Edinburgh legend. Medical advancements. The University of Edinburgh emerged as a global leader in medicine and surgery, urban expansion.
Guys, I know some of these are AI, some of these don't really match the times. I'm aware of it. I'm more listening to the story about it, although I do like some of the images. Um, so only like come in and say something about the AI, or if it's wrong, if they're saying something that is historically incorrect. Please.
The city continued to grow, but parts of Old Town fell into slums. Efforts in urban planning and development began to shape the modern cityscape, bridging the gap between Old Town and New Town. World War I and II, from 1914 to 1945, saw Edinburgh contributing significantly to the war effort, although it was largely spared from bombing. The city provided troops, medical aid, and manufactured war supplies. In 1947, the Edinburgh International Festival was founded, making the city a global cultural hub. This festival brought together artists from around the world, fostering a spirit of international cooperation and cultural exchange. Deindustrialization in the mid-20th century led to the decline of traditional industries and economic shifts. Many factories closed, leading to significant unemployment and economic challenges. Political change. The Scottish Parliament was reinstated in 1999, restoring Edinburgh as the seat of Scottish government. This marked a significant step in Scotland's political modernisation and autonomy. Modernisation continued into the late 20th century, with new infrastructure projects and technological advancements transforming Edinburgh into a modern city while preserving its rich historical heritage. Edinburgh Castle, the Royal Mile and Arthur's Seat attract millions of visitors each year, making tourism a vital part of the city's economy. Edinburgh today is a major player in finance, technology and education, with numerous startups and established companies. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival is the world's largest arts festival, solidifying the city's
Beautiful.
global cultural significance and drawing artists from around the globe. J.K. Rowling, the renowned author of the Harry Potter series, is one of the most celebrated writers of modern literature. But did you know that the magical world of Hogwarts was shaped by the enchantment
She really tarnished her brand, didn't she? She couldn't keep her mouth shut. I don't even think any of the actors like.
city of Edinburgh? In the early 1990s, Rowling moved to Edinburgh as a struggling single mother facing financial hardship. It was in this historic city that she began writing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, often working in the Elephant House Cafe, a cosy spot overlooking Edinburgh Castle. The cafe provided the perfect backdrop for her imagination to take flight, and it soon became known as the birthplace of Harry Potter. Edinburgh's rich history and Gothic architecture further fueled Rowling's creativity. She often wandered through Greyfriars Kirkyard, a centuries-old graveyard, where she found inspiration for many of her character names. For example, the infamous Tom Riddle, the real name of Lord Voldemort, was taken from a tombstone of Thomas Riddell, while McGonagall was inspired by the poet William McGonagall, whose grave is also in the cemetery. From the towering spires of George Heriot's school, a real-life Hogwarts look-alike, to the winding streets of the Royal Mile, Edinburgh's mystical charm left an unforgettable mark on the Harry Potter series. Today, fans from around the world visit the city to walk in Rowling's footsteps, exploring the very places where magic was brought to life. Edinburgh wasn't just a setting for Rowling, it was the spark that ignited one of the greatest literary phenomena in history. The city continues to evolve with eco-friendly initiatives and green buildings while preserving its rich history. Edinburgh's vibrant culinary scene and nightlife also contribute to its modern charm, offering a blend of traditional and contemporary experiences. What part of Edinburgh's history fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts and stories with us. Let us know in the comments below. If you love history, like, subscribe.
That was good. I could have done without the J.K. Rowling, whatever her name is, stuff. Uh, I vehemently disagree with her stances on gay and trans people. I don't know. I think it's appalling. But the Harry Potter movie, especially Harry Potter, was such a big gay thing. Like gay people loved those books and those story. I mean, because if you like the core of it was like about not like judging somebody for the things that they were born as, and it's ridiculous. Um, but put that aside. Edinburgh is gorgeous. Um, just the architecture, the history, really, really interesting history that was put into that. I wonder if some stuff like this sometimes is like a school project or something like that, but I really enjoyed it. And like I said, as far as the images and stuff, uh, you know, I'm more concerned with the the facts of history. So if there was something incorrect in that, then comment, let me know. Or if you're like, hey, they left out a huge, huge thing, which I'm sure they've left out a lot. It was a 10-minute video about the entire history of very old town in Scotland. So if there's something that you're like, oh no, you have to know this, or you should look up this event or this person, let me know in the comments. Pay attention, I read, I listen, I like. So yeah, you guys, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy these on history or anything else, hit the like button, hit subscribe, share, hype, all that jazz. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome new year.